To order the meeting of the Fall River Licensing Board. Today is Wednesday, April 18th. For the record, all members of the board are present. When your matter is called, please come down and have a seat right here. State your name and address for the record. St. Anthony's Band Club, Inc. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived by those present, and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. First items on the agenda are one-day permit, St. Anthony's Band Club, Inc., 1040 Pine Street, Fatima, Rigo.
Hi.
Good evening.
My name's Fatima Rigo. Do I give you the address to the club, or?
Your address.
My
please.
address is 51 Tecumseh Street, Fall River.
Okay. There are 4 one-day permits that are being requested. These for the annual feast that the club holds every year. They are for June 6th, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m., beer and wine. July 7th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., beer and wine. July 8th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., beer and wine. 2, 3. Well, I'm reading from the applications in front of me. There's 3. There's not 2. There's not 4. So I'm reading from what's in front of me. But on the request, it does say June 16th also. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't think I returned that one.
Yeah, so it's missing.
Yep.
So I was reading what was in the file. All right, so we can, is that the same thing for this,
It's an annual,
It's
yeah.
the annual feast, okay, and what are the hours on that one?
On the June 16?
Yes.
From 6 to 10 also.
6 to 10 p.m.?
Yes.
Beer and wine, they're all beer and wine?
No, that one's no beer and wine. That one's the annual auction that we have.
Okay, so.
We won't be
you won't-
selling beer or
No
wine.
alcohol, so you don't need a permit from us
No.
then? Okay, so then it's just the 3.
The 3, yes.
So July 6th, July 7th, and July 8th.
Correct.
That's the 3.
That's 3, yes.
Okay. All beer and wine, 6 to 12, 6 to 10, and 6 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the 16th of June is out and the 18th is out. Okay. And those are annual feasts with the police coverage?
Correct,
and all of
yep.
that, correct?
Yep.
Any questions from the members of the board?
No questions.
Is there anyone else here in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I make a motion that we grant the one-day permits for July 6th, July 7th, and July 8th.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made and seconded to grant. Is there anyone else here in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Tequila Lime Cantina, 197 Bank Street, Christina Catelli, May 5th, 2018.
Hi,
Hi, how are you? Could you
Good.
please state your name and address for the record, please?
Christina Catelli, 65 Green Street, Portsmouth, Rhode Island.
Okay, so this is for a Cinco de Mayo block party.
Yes,
And where are you looking to do this?
on Bank Street in front of the building 197.
In the street?
Yes,
Right, have you gotten permission to close the street?
we're working on that now. This,
Okay, you don't have a lot of time.
yeah, no.
Okay.
This shouldn't be a problem.
So if the board were so
Subject to-
inclined, you'd have to get subject to the
okay.
approval by the city. How are you, that has to be cordoned off, you understand that?
Yes,
And no alcohol from inside can go outside or outside inside, it's all gonna be separate,
yes, we do it separate.
okay?
The
And what
only
do
other
you,
thing is too, and just because I've done a couple of events out front here, you gotta get the fire department involved. It's not just the police department, because that's a main run for the trucks.
Yeah, we did
So,
last year as well.
I mean, I would be on them because they're gonna have to give the mayor the okay to then allow, from
street to
the
be
past,
closed?
so I mean.
What
we
what
can
time,
approve it,
this
but-
says 4 p.m. to midnight?
Well, we're really not starting the event outside till 6 p.m., but
Okay, And what day does that actually fall on?
Saturday.
It's a Saturday, okay. And it says that a portion of the proceeds will go to the Boys and Girls Club
Okay.
of Fall River. Okay. Any question?
No?
No questions.
No questions.
Any questions? Anyone else here in favor? Anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the one-day permits pending approval from the police and fire department, that it's okay to shut down the street.
And I'll second that motion.
Motion made and seconded to approve pending the approval of the police and fire departments. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Let us know if we can
Okay.
help.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Day of Portugal, Gates of the City, Kevin Santos.
Kevin's not here. If you, with your permission, I'll represent Kevin, and I have the layout to give out to the committee members.
Okay.
I'll give you my copy. Once
I think
get-
I
I got, here you go.
I got one.
Okay, could you state your names and addresses for the record, please?
Kevin DuPont, 7 Nicole Way, North Down.
John Gonzalez, 687 Highview Avenue, Somerset.
Okay, so this has become an annual event,
Yes, it's our 4th annual.
and we've had no issues with it in the past. It's run very
Correct.
smoothly. Just to make sure we have the correct dates, we have June 7th. Is that a Wednesday?
That's
or
a Thursday. Thursday. We start Thursday.
6 p.m. to 12 a.m., that's beer and wine. June 8th, which would be the Friday, 5 p.m. to midnight. That also is beer and wine.
Yes.
June 9th, noon to 1 a.m., beer and wine.
Yes.
And Sunday, June 10th, noon to 10 p.m., beer and wine. The proceeds from this benefit different charities, if I'm correct, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, if we're lucky to have proceeds.
If you have proceeds. Cover your expenses. Well, you provide a good service to the city, an
Absolutely.
opportunity to
Yeah.
the city and surrounding areas.
If
So,
Hopefully the weather.
If I may call your attention to the drawing, the only area where we will serve is where it's marked pavilion.
mhm.
Okay, the
It's pretty much the same thing as last year.
Last year.
Same footprint,
Yes.
yeah.
So it's restricted to that area, and we always have police coverage as mandated by the city.
Mhm.
And as you mentioned, and as you indicated, to date, there have been no incidents, fortunately, and we're very grateful, and we're hoping that it continues to be. We have our own private security as well, in addition to the police. And one of the reasons is there's quite a bit of equipment that remains there, so the security stays overnight to make sure
Overnight.
that nothing walks away.
Okay.
And we're ready to go the following day.
All the consumption of the alcohol has to be within that
Correct.
pavilion also, right?
Correct.
They're not allowed to walk around with alcohol.
Correct.
Okay. Are there any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
Just so the public knows, I mean, I know you guys come in here for
Yeah.
10 minutes and we usually approve everything, but how long does it take to put this together? I mean, this is a big event.
Months.
Yeah.
Months.
So they recognize the fact it's not an easy.
Yeah, when this one ends, the next one starts.
Start
pretty
right
much
away
it.
for the next year.
And a major change this year is we have a very famous group coming from Portugal, which is our biggest expense. They arrived on Thursday. And just to give you the breakdown, it's Thursday is just a food tasting. Then on Friday there's performances. My favorite, personal favorite day, I have a bias, which is Sunday, because we're the only celebration of this kind that actually dedicates a portion of the day to young children. And when I
And
say
families.
young children, I'm talking about 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. Events such as face painting, pony rides, and so on. So that block in the afternoon is dedicated exclusively to the youngest children.
That's great.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No questions.
No
Is
questions.
there anyone else here in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I make a motion that we grant the one-day permits for June 7th, June 8th, June 9th, and June 10th.
I'll second that motion.
It's a motion made and seconded to grant. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Good
Good
luck.
luck.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Kerry Quintal fundraiser, 101 Sullivan Drive, 4th floor, Marlene Maderas. Anyone here for that? This is something that's going to be happening on the 20th, which is Friday. It's a benefit that's going to be held at the Lizzie, over here,
Right in the
Lizzie
building
Street.
here, right?
In someone's law offices, actually. It's for a bar advocate person, an attorney, who's become seriously ill and she can no longer work. So the Bristol County Bar Association and the advocates are, have organized this little fundraiser. So they would like to have alcohol, and that's what it's for. It's just beer and wine. It's from 5:30 to 7:30. It's a very quick thing, but obviously for a good cause.
Sure, absolutely.
Any questions?
No
No
questions.
questions.
Is there anyone else here in favor? Anyone opposed?
I'll make a motion that we approve the one-day permit for April 20th and also approve waiving the fee for the application for this.
Okay.
And I'll second that motion on both requests.
There's a motion made and seconded to waive, to approve and to waive the filing fee. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Fortune tellers Christina M. Galarza, 1317 South Main Street.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Just state your name and address for the record, please.
Christina Galarza, 5013 North Main Street in Fall River.
Okay, and can you tell us what you're looking to do?
I am looking to get licensed as a fortune teller so I can continue to do mediumship sessions in my office.
Okay. How long have you been a fortune teller?
I've been a medium since birth.
Since when?
Since birth. I've been seeing spirits since I was 5.
And how long have you been professionally employed doing that?
Professionally, I've done it just with friends and family, friends of friends. I opened a business space less than a year ago on 1317 South Main Street. Shortly after opening, I was informed that I needed to go through this process.
To the state to get.
No, through here.
So she's been, isn't there a requirement to the state too? Not anymore?
No.
Okay. Apologize.
Okay, so by what you just said, though, you knew last year and you're just applying now?
No, I've been applying consistently since last year, but there's been a lot of obstacles continuously to prevent me
You've
from
applied to
being here.
this board?
Yes, I have.
You have other applications?
Yes.
It's never gotten to us?
No.
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, I don't ever remember you coming here.
I also brought someone that I have done a free reading for as a character witness, should you need someone to explain what the, you know, the validation that she was able to receive.
Okay, I guess obviously you know there's opposition to this.
No.
Well, there is, there's opposition. The police have recommended that it be denied.
May I ask why?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why.
Sure.
Number one, you've been advertising to be doing these things for a fee.
Before I
For-
knew about this, I have not
February.
read.
You
yeah.
said last year. This
Well,
is
less than a year.
February 17th,
That's
2
when
months
I,
ago.
February.
This has been submitted, right here. This is a posting from some
But
social media.
That
site.
says donation of your choosing,
Wow.
because I can't charge for a fee. It says it clearly in that I can't charge, but I would like a donation. I
Okay.
was told by an attorney that's not against the law.
Okay. So how long have you been in the space you're in?
Less than a year.
Do you lease the space? Do you have a formal lease?
No. I have a rental agreement, but I don't, if that's the same thing, then yes.
So the rental agreement is for 1317?
Yes. Unit B. Which I've been paying consistently without any income.
Okay, so the police, like I say, did deny. This is an old police report. There hasn't been a new one done.
A police report?
We get a police report for every applicant.
Sure.
Doesn't, whether it's for.
Yeah, that's part of our requirements.
Liquor
Sure.
license, one-day permits.
He left the date, but it's the most recent
But it's
one.
updated.
Yeah.
Okay, April 18th.
He didn't take that off.
Okay, so what the police is saying that there's issues with your address. They has a Somerset address for you. Did you
I
live in
have-
Somerset before?
No, I plan to move into a home in Somerset that my sister bought.
On County Street?
No, it's not on County Street. I've never been on County Street. It's Ripley Street. It's 58 Ripley Street. She just bought it. She doesn't like it. She's moving back to her house in Swansea and asked me if I would take over. Because the bank process hasn't been completed, I cannot take it over.
Okay.
I'm still living in Fall River.
So if you take that property over,
Yes.
do you still want a license in Fall River?
Absolutely. I've been living in Fall River since 1993. I would love to have my business in my hometown.
You know, in here, it looks like today you paid
Everything.
everything to the deputy collector.
Traffic too. I also brought in references, reviews off the same business page that you guys have been discussing right along. I've never wronged anyone in any way. If anything, I've brought healing. I've helped people. I've taken people out of depression. I've done readings for people in Ireland. I've got someone from United Kingdom waiting for my license so she can get a visa to come see me. This is like a tourist attraction for you guys. I have people in Ireland wanting to come down here to see me.
Ireland and Portugal from there, Portugal, so we have
Yeah.
things working around here for sure.
In addition to this, sir, I'd like to mention, I am a senior buyer for a woodworking architectural firm. Before my current position, I was the buyer, facilities manager, and fleet manager for the local gas utility company in 2006 to 2011. I am not anyone of disgrace or disrespect behavior. I present myself professionally, and you can talk to anyone who knows me. They can validate that.
Okay. All right, so anything else you'd like to add?
No, like I said, I brought a character witness who I've read for. You are more than welcome to speak to her. That way you can see what I do. I'm not a fortune teller. I am a medium.
So then my question becomes, is this the correct license?
I was told it is.
At all, that's the only license that's available. Well, all right. Is there anyone else here in favor? Any other questions?
No question.
Is there anyone else here in favor? Okay, you want to state your name and address for the record?
Angie Ferraro, 354 Gibb Street, Baldwin.
Angie Ferreira,
Yeah.
and 354 Gibbs.
Yes.
Okay, what would you like to say?
To be completely honest, I was real iffy about my reading, and when she did, she said, she told me things that nobody could have possibly done. So,
Okay, so I guess I guess you're trying to establish that you are gifted, which we understand, and you have someone to testify on your behalf. And that's fine. I appreciate that. Any questions? Okay. At this point, is there anyone in opposition to this license? Okay, you want to state your name and address for the record, please?
Pat Casey, Fall River, Mass.
Okay.
I've put a letter in, and I hope that the whole board has been able to read it.
I'm going to read it into the record shortly.
Okay. The information that was given to me by someone up in Warwick and Cranston, I got a few calls on things that were happening, and that's how I got involved in the situation. The fact is, I realized that there was operations going on with no license, even though they had applied for a license. They didn't get the license, but they are still operating. I made a phone call. I made an appointment for this to have my fortune told or read or whatever. And I was given an appointment, and then I heard through the assistant to the mayor that there was a threat done upstairs that I was going to be put in a meat grinder unless I stopped checking this out and getting the information to this board. I could have taken action then, but I figured there was no need of action for me to do everything I can to bring the truth out and the facts out were the important thing. So I did set up the meeting and, or the appointment, and I was told it was $45 for, I believe it was 20 minutes. And I went to the address, 1317 South Main Street, down in the Globe section. And they never showed up. Nobody ever showed up. The person that I spoke to was, she said her name was Christina. So they never showed up. So then I had someone make a couple of calls asking to be able to get their reading done. And first thing they started talking, Christina, she said she was Christina. She spoke on the phone to him, and the first thing she asked him is, do you know Pat Casey, City Councilor in Fall River? And they said, yes they did, and she hung up on him. So these are the things that I think are very important for you to know, because the city of Fall River, to you and to all of us, is a very special place to be. And for anything to be brought into our city, to do anything to create a situation, to me is definitely wrong. The address that was given was a North Main Street address on one of the Facebook things, as far as living quarters. And then it was another address on North Main Street was given as living quarters. The address for operating was on there, and then the situation became that she wasn't going to charge anyone because they didn't give her a license. So she would take them in. She would usually charge $45, and but any donation would be accepted. Well, I don't know, but I think that if you're running a business and you say you don't have a license and you say, I'm not going to charge you, but donations, you can give a donation. To me, that's illegal. I'm not a lawyer. You people know exactly what's legal and what isn't legal, but I think anyone who tries to do any business without a license, and they know they need a license, and they come up here, and I know that it was a very bad scene here in Kerry's office and also in the mayor's office. And to me, they just showed their colors. With that, thank you very much.
May I respond, please?
Hold on 1 second. That's everything? Okay.
It's hearsay unless the person who allegedly said I said something about a meat locker is here. Number 2, there's cameras facing the front door to my business office that is recorded, and you can rewind it and replay it. And I encourage you to go and check it out. It is owned by the constable who runs the first office, and he can play that I have not had any clients in my office since January, okay? Secondly, I have never threatened anyone to put them in a meat locker. And being a medium, if I wanted to do something to you, I would never have to do it to you physically. So why would I say something like that in City Hall? Yes, I did get upset with Kerry because the first time I applied, I was told you have to go to collectors, you have to confirm that you don't owe any money and that the landlord of the property does not owe any money. And that was the end of it. I paid the fee. She said, you're all set. And then I got a phone call or a letter in the mail saying it was rejected. The second time I applied, she said, you need to go to zoning board. And I said, okay, well, just go there and get a letter? I mean, just go there and what? And she's like, I need to know that it's zoned correctly.
Right.
I said, fine. She said, verbal's fine. No, you know what, better yet, make sure you get it in writing. Well, I didn't need to provide it in writing the first time I applied. So when I went back over there, I said, she wants it in writing. And he looked at me like I had 10 heads, and he says, what are you talking about? What do you need in writing from me? What does she want? I said, you don't know what she's looking for? And he goes, I've never heard of that. Go back over there and ask her what she wants. So I went back over there and I asked her what she wants, and she said anything, just anything in writing stating that it's zoned correctly, and I'm not lying. So I went back to him and told him that, and he goes, oh, well, you're gonna have to give me time, and there's a fee for that. I didn't have to pay the fee the first time, and I didn't have to get it in writing the first time, okay? So yes, I did get upset, because I felt like I was being railroaded. and I know I'm being railroaded. I'm a mother of 2 children. Would I really risk putting myself in jail and not be there to raise my children to throw someone in a meat locker? I would say that to the mayor. I'd like him to be here to say that.
It didn't say it was said to the mayor, it said it was said to Jen Andrade.
I'm not sure who that is. If you tell me her position.
That's his chief of staff.
Well, where is she? If I said that to her, she should be here to validate that.
Ms. Casey put it in a letter.
And she signed it?
Ms. Casey did, saying that.
The person who I supposedly said this to, did she sign this notarized
No.
document? So how do we know that that's factual?
We don't.
Thank you. I just want to make sure that's clear.
We understand this. We've all been doing this
I would
quite a
never
while,
do
so
that.
We know how it works. But one of your problems I do see, though, is your application, you signed under pains and penalties of perjury.
Yes.
That everything was paid. That was March 18th. You paid it today.
What was paid? What do you mean?
It says, I certify under the
I did not
penalties
know
of
about any of
perjury
these.
that I have paid all taxes or other accounts payable to the city of Fall River.
That's accurate, because I did not know about these. I had to pay all that stuff in December in order to renew my registration fees.
Right, but why are these receipts dated today?
Because I found out about them yesterday when I was on the phone with somebody named Brian Cordero, who was verbally annihilating me, threatening to pick me up on a warrant, saying I did larceny, when in fact the warrant wasn't for larceny, it was for filing fees, not answering to a filing fee. And then I took it upon myself to make sure there was nothing else that would be an obstacle for me, since this entire process for a year has been nothing but an obstacle. You can't go before the board because the owner of the property owes taxes to the city. You can't go before the board because you turned all your paperwork in a day too late. You can't go before the board because you owe an excise tax bill that you didn't even get the bill for until the day I told you you couldn't go before the board. And then today when I went home to 5013 North Main Street, there was 2 excise tax bills in my mailbox. So if I didn't come here today to make sure everything was legit, I wouldn't have known about that either, because the bills came in today.
All right, but since these went to the deputy collector, these are old bills.
One.
Well, that bill to the city of Fall River is old.
It's old, but that bill is for a vehicle that I canceled the plates on already and never even entered the city. And again, I did think I was moving to Somerset, and I did start the process, and half my mail went to Somerset. And I talked to Nellie in collectors, and I did notify Kerry about this. Nellie waived the warrant and waived the excise tax deputy collector because she acknowledged the bill went out late and it went to the wrong address.
Okay, but we don't have anything from Nellie either, do we, saying that?
No, we don't, but I paid it here, not at the tax collector's office. I paid it here. I didn't have to go anywhere else to pay it. It was paid here.
I think there's an awful lot of questions on
Yeah,
this.
there's a lot of
that
corruption.
There's a lot of questions that need to be addressed and researched. And with what we have at this point, I don't feel comfortable acting on it.
There's way too much involved that.
Right.
So what needs to be clarified for next month's meeting?
We'll do the clarification.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything else you want to add to the record? Because once we close the public hearing, you will not be able
Well,
to
I'd
add
like to
anything.
know why her statement was allowed to be stated if she had nothing to solid
Because
proof.
the way city boards work is
Okay.
anyone can come and object. They can state what they want to state. And Ms. Casey has given us a letter, and I'll read the letter. It's addressed to the licensing board. I am writing to inform you that I am not in favor of Christina Galazza of 5013 North Main Street, Fall River, doing business as a psychic in our city at 1317 South Main Street. Ms. Galazza has been operating illegally in our city without proper licenses and has threatened to do bodily harm to me, i.e. put me in a meat grinder. This threat was told to Jen Andrade, Chief of Staff to the Mayor, when Ms. Galazza came to renew or apply for licenses. When a potential client calls to make an appointment with Ms. Galazza, she asks if they know me, Pat Casey, before scheduling the appointment. I have also enclosed photos for your review. It's signed sincerely, Pat Casey. And these are copies, I guess, of messages from some social media.
Okay, can you
that are
read some of
attached.
the reviews that are publicly posted by real people? And just for record, could you please read those reviews that are posted by real people from all around the world? And let me know if that sounds like someone who would put someone in a meat locker. Please.
Well, I certainly will read a couple
Please.
of them.
I'd
Sasha
appreciate it.
Morissette, May 21st, 2006.
Could you please read Michelle's?
It's very, Michelle Odie Levesque, May 22nd, 2017. I had the opportunity to sit with Christina for an hour yesterday. I initially only booked a half hour because I'd been to mediums in the past that I felt didn't tell me anything specific. That was not the case with Christina. The very first person to come through is someone I didn't know, but I've had this person come through in the past with another very popular and also amazing medium. Christina gave me information that she would have no way of knowing, even if she was able to research me for hours. Things I had only thought were confirmed. I was blown away. The best part about it, though, was how she made me feel. I felt like I was sitting and chatting with an old friend, someone that listened without judgment and just wanted me to feel safe and comfortable. The tissues were handy, and she was listening and following my lead as to how much or little I wanted to know. I'm still trying to investigate about a couple of family members, but that has been exciting as well. Even though I'm not sure who they are, the things she said absolutely apply to my family. One thing I want to say also is that I was able to tell my niece some very special and some very personal messages from her daddy. Things that have made her understand much better. Thank you for an amazing gift, Christina. If anyone would like more information about my reading, I honestly will always recommend her. Feel free to private message me.
Could you also read Becca Kennedy, and that would be it?
Just to interject here, I mean, this is just as much hearsay as what Mrs. Casey's saying.
Right.
Piece
Correct.
of-
Correct. Just because it's written down. I
From
mean,
their
you're-
page.
You're suggesting to the board that we omit their statement because they're not there, but you in turn are saying because
Right.
this is in writing, you want us to consider this.
But this is in writing from their Facebook account showing
You know,
their
that can be
face.
altered as well. That can be
Okay.
I'm not
altered
gonna
as
split
well.
hairs
You're
with you by
right.
any
Could
means.
you
You
just
go
read
into
the
court with
second
that, it
one?
has to be authenticated.
Absolutely.
Becca Kennedy got a beautiful reading off Christina last night from a very dear friend. I'm from Ireland, and for Christina to connect to so strong from halfway across the world was amazing. I got the answers I wanted, and Christina was accurate on everything she said. I really appreciated the beautiful reading I got. Thank you, Christina. I don't think anyone is questioning your abilities or what you
My
do
character.
or your practice. Well, if you feel it's affecting your character, what we do is we follow the law as far as issuing licenses. So if there's been a violation of the process, that's what we're concerned with. What you do, how you run your business, as long as it's not illegal, has nothing to do with us. We have to make sure before we give the license that everything is in order, proper form. This is a public forum, it's a democracy, and anyone can come in and say what they want to say. That's part of the public process. So please don't feel that we're attacking your credibility. I don't know you,
Absolutely.
I'm seeing you for the first time tonight.
Mr. Chairman, and you can clarify this, I don't think any one of us
No.
have had any contact with you, or met you, or even known about this till this evening per se without the filing of the application. So outside of what's happening here, like the chairman said, we're here to do one job, our job. Anything else is going on, we're gonna follow up with that. 'cause I
Thank
feel-
you.
And just so you know, the way the process works with the licensing board, we have certain responsibilities and authority that we can do certain things. If there are problems with the licenses we authorize, the enforcement arm of our board is the police department. So if someone has a complaint against you, they would have to go to the police department, file a complaint, they investigate it. If they think it's worthy, they refer it to our board. People who come in directly to say to Carrie, people call me at my law office, I tell them, I'm sorry, I can't accept complaints. You need to notify the police, you call the chief's office, and there's an officer assigned to do that. So down the road, if this license does get resolved, everything works out fine, if someone has a complaint, they need to deal with the police.
Do
And
you
they
have one
investigate
right
it.
now with the police?
I don't have any, there's nothing in our file from the police as a,
Okay.
Yeah, they got denied, she got denied.
yeah, it got denied, but there's not a
Any
formal
complaints
complaint
against
that we
me?
know
No,
of.
no. Okay.
No,
And
no.
just to clarify, this board can still approve a license when the police.
Right, even if the police deny tell us to deny it, we've done it in the past where we approve it, much to the chagrin of the police department. I'm glad to say most of the time we've been right in what we did, but sometimes we may not be right. But we afford everyone the opportunity to pursue, and I'll say this, I've been here a long time, through a lot of mayors. The license you're asking for is not your right, it's a privilege. And if the privilege is abused, you lose the license. That's the way it goes. So I understand that, and we certainly, none of us, we all work for a living. Oh, Terry's retired. But she did work for a lot of years. We all understand people need to make a living. We want you to make a living. We want you to be successful. We want everyone that comes here to get a license to be successful. But if there are issues that are brought to our attention, we need to pursue them.
Absolutely. All I ask is that you please go to my office. You please speak to the other businesses in there. They all have met me. One of them didn't even know I existed because he has never seen me, because I don't go there because I have no clients. Secondly, please go see that constable, because that camera is on 24/7. And it can validate what I am saying is accurate versus what someone else is saying.
Okay, just want to add something?
Yes, I just would like to add that Jen Ruder wanted to be here tonight because she had an obligation, she couldn't make it. But any of you certainly have contact.
Right, we
and
can
I believe
contact
Kerry Jen has already talked to Kerry. So I think Kerry is aware of what Jen heard and
I said meat locker.
everything
I
else.
said a meat
I don't know
locker.
about- I don't know about the meat locker, but you did swear in her office. And you
I
got
slipped. I
rather
said
aggressive.
shit. Yes, I'm sorry.
No, it was a little bit worse than that, apparently.
So this
She said you got very, very angry, got up from your chair and started about the money, the $25 or whatever the case may be for the filing fee.
I hope she has a camera in her office, and that's
There are
okay if she
cameras in her
doesn't.
office. It's not-
Fantastic.
It's everybody's word against yours. I
That's okay.
understand.
I completely understand.
I
The
think
truth will
So I
prevail.
think, I think we've heard enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So-
I would just like to ask the board just to check with her and you'll see.
We will
Yeah,
do our homework.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So at this time, I'd like to make a motion that we table this
Mhm.
tentatively to the next meeting, but
Right.
depending on if we can put, I mean, there's a lot of things we need to look into.
Absolutely.
I think we all need to agree from this point on, let's
Yeah,
do
let's-
away with the she said, that's what we're here for now.
Mhm.
We'll take it from here on in. And I'm saying everyone included, whether it be,
Yeah.
because that's not getting us anywhere, it's not moving our city anywhere forward.
It's not productive.
So I'll make a motion that we table this tentatively to the next meeting, and Kerry will reach out to you if we need to get out there.
Let me just say one thing.
Sure.
I want to make sure it's clear. I don't want to get berated over this. You need to, whatever's going on has to be dealt with the police, okay? Because I have nothing to do with your.
What do I say to the police?
You have to clear up the issue with
The addresses.
Detective Sierra.
I tried to yesterday. He hung up on my face and told me he wanted to arrest me.
Well,
I
unfortunately,
can
you
have
to.
two
Call the chief's
addresses.
office.
Yeah,
I can
call the
have
chief-
two
call-
addresses.
Call the chief's office.
Can you just clarify, am I not allowed to have two addresses?
Well, it has to be consistent throughout your application.
It is. I've had the address of 5013 North Main Street since 2006 when my mother bought the house. I have a bedroom set, I have clothes, and I have personal belongings and
Right,
all my
but
mail
obviously
goes
the
there.
other address came up.
I
because
haven't
it's
moved
saying-
there yet.
But it's
Before you
somewhere
came here,
because
we
it
had
came
no
up.
clue
Yeah.
about your two addresses.
Right.
Okay.
So once again, that isn't
All
coming
right.
from us.
But
You
clarifying,
need
I
to-
am allowed to have two
You
physical.
can clarify what the issue is with the addresses.
What
with
the address,
police.
we're not gonna say whether it's
Personally,
right
I don't
or
care if you
not.
have 2, 3, 5 addresses, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
All right, I just want to make sure it's
That's
allowed.
coming from the police department. We're here to try to solve our problem, not what's your problems
Okay.
are outside of this room.
No, that's fine. I
Okay?
just want to make sure I'm
But
allowed
if
to
you're
have two
having an
addresses.
issue
Forward,
with the police,
and let's
contact
stop
the chief's
pointing
office
fingers.
directly.
I actually contacted Internal Affairs on him.
Okay, okay.
Once again,
All right, so there's a
Yeah.
motion
Motion
made
to
to table.
And I'll second that motion.
Anyone else in favor? Anyone
Table it
opposed?
till next
All in
month.
favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Transfer of stock, change of manager, ARA Convenience, Inc. State your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. My name is Attorney John Moradian. Demarcus Law Offices. With me is Manesh Kumar Patel, 56 Sharon Road in, sorry, where's your?
11 Kings Road, Sharon, Mass.
Okay. Can you tell us what you're looking to do, please?
Yep, so Manesh is buying all the stock of Aria Convenience Inc., and he'll be the new manager of record for that beer and wine license over at 19 Laurel Street. All we're seeking today is approval of the stock transfer and change of the manager to Manesh. He's very experienced in alcohol retail sales, owns several licenses, runs a very clean store, clean shop. So without looking at any questions.
You currently work there?
No.
Not yet, no.
No, so this is a new
manager.
So it's a new manager, but you have, where have you gotten the experience?
He owns stores in Saugus, Bellingham, Weymouth, Quincy, and Foxborough. He's manager of record in Foxborough and in Quincy.
You can't be the manager in two places.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
If the manager, he's gotta be on the premises.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be there full time. He can work multiple stores. There's no ABCC rule prohibiting
Correct.
managing.
Board's discretion, though.
It's at the
We wanna
discretion of the board.
approve multiple
Okay.
places being in multiple part-times in
Yeah.
multiple cities that aren't connected. Let's lay out.
We in the past have not allowed
Yeah.
multiple.
I mean, I could see if your argument was Somerset, Florida, or Tiverton, but we're talking Sharon, Braintree.
No, it's Foxborough and Quincy. It's not.
Quincy and then Fall River.
Right.
What's the travel time between those three spots? Mile-wise? How many hours you put in each spot?
How many hours you plan on being here?
You know?
20, 30.
20 to 30 hours a week.
I would like to get an opinion upstairs. I would
Yeah,
think.
cool.
Just because this board and I think we have a history of
Not allowing.
Not
not
allowing.
allowing it and not allowing it for two locations. Never mind three that aren't even close to each other. You know what I mean? I would make a recommendation to get an opinion of the law department, table this. Also, I'd look at too. Carrie, maybe we can look into this. I know when this license went to this property, there was some objection. And the objection was, and I would want to look into it more concerning of outside people coming in to take over the facility, if I'm correct. That being said, that doesn't come tonight, but I mean, we would have to look into that a little more, I think.
Can you explain what you mean there?
There was some opposition when this license came to us, when it transferred hands on Laurel Street. It used to be a Citgo gas station, I think, at one time. When it changed and we had to approve that license to go there, there was some opposition. I remember Guimond Farms, there was about a half a dozen of them. Their concern, if I'm correct, was the applicant that was applying at that time had connections with people outside of Fall River that were planning to come in to take over the business. And I may be not wording it properly, but definitely I remember something about this. I wouldn't.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but there
But there
definitely was
was
opposition.
There was
yeah.
something there.
I presume it was opposition for the
And
location.
I don't think that matters
but
anyways, by
The
any
board
means, but-
approved the location back in.
Correct.
Whenever.
correct. Absolutely. But I think with the multiple spots here, that would be precedent, that we've never done that before. I would make a motion that we request an opinion from the law department and also review the old file just to make sure what the opposition was pinpointed on per se.
It's a motion made to table.
Can I potentially amend the application for a new manager of record as long as Manesh is just the straight, stockholder and
He can be
director
the
of corporation?
stockholder, but that would have to be another meeting, obviously, because the other manager has to get approved.
Well, right, so if I amend an application next week with a new manager, it's submitted for the next meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that fine?
If you want to do that and just table the whole thing to the next meeting.
Is that fine with you?
That's fine.
Yeah, well,
Once again, like the chairman said in the last applicant here, we're not here to hinder anybody. We have to do what's best for the public. This would be definitely something new for us if this was the manager. And in turn, there was some opposition. I think that was probably a year ago.
Yeah.
So it's a couple
Maybe
years
a
ago.
couple years
So I mean, just doing our due diligence.
it's the same, it would be the same family owner,
Correct.
essentially, the
Correct.
stock. It's no outsider coming in to own a store.
All right, so you want to just change it to a motion
I'll
to
make sure
table?
let me table this matter to the next meeting.
I'll second that motion.
It's a motion made and seconded to table. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Transfer of license, pledge of license, change of manager.
I do have a bit of a problem.
Can I, do we table that one now too? Because,
Same thing?
Okay.
no, it's the
No.
same thing.
They're going
It's the
in.
current owner of the,
So the person from this place is going to the next one?
Yes.
yeah.
So it would have to be tabled
Yeah,
also.
we'll have to table. I'll make a motion that we table.
And I'll second that
Aye.
motion.
Motion made and seconded to table. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
Change of manager, Fall River Restaurants, Inc., DBA Barrett's Ale House, 4171 North Main Street, Daniel McInerney. like you'd be back. Could you state your names and address for the record, please?
Daniel McInerney, 382 Main Street, Dayton.
Okay.
Michael Barrett, 1 Janine Circle, Bridgewater, Mass.
Okay, so this is the new manager, the proposed new manager for Barrett's on North Main Street.
Yes.
We talked about last month that we needed to have that in place at the same time. So, you've been approved by the police, so that's a good thing.
I'm surprised.
You're gonna be guided, apparently. All right, what's your experience with managing the sale of alcohol, not with alcohol?
Okay. I did some floor shifts over as a manager over in West Bridgewater. I've been with the company for about 5 years now. I think my merit allowed everybody to make the decision to give me an opening that was at North Attleboro, actually the North Attleboro location. So they brought me in, and I went over there, and that's pretty much when I started my experience with the
management.
With the management, yes, which was in May of. I've been doing this for over 2 years now. Over 2 years now, as an official full-time manager.
So you would be coming to the Fall River location, obviously.
He's there now.
Oh, you're there now already.
Yeah,
How long have you been
so
there?
Since May into June. May into June of last year. They brought me
So you're there at least 40 hours a week.
55.
Good guy.
I like that.
55, 60. Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we have everything is in this file. It's completed. It's approved by the police. We do have everything we need. Are there any questions from the members of the board?
No questions.
Appreciate your patience coming back. Just want to make sure we get our ducks in a row and do it properly, as you saw in the last couple. Make sure we do things right.
Is there anybody else here in favor? Anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we grant the change of manager.
I'll second that motion.
So the motion made and seconded to grant the change of manager. Anyone in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be at the facility Saturday in Bridgewater for my college baseball coach retirement.
Oh, good.
Smith.
Yeah,
So we'll be
absolutely.
there.
Great to see you then.
Have a good one as well.
Transfer of common victualers beer and wine license.
Oh, can you open that up if you don't mind? That came in front of our blog, but it wasn't advertised, so I re-advertised it.
All right, so it's going to be tabled?
No, just need you guys to approve that it was advertised properly and
Oh, okay.
so it can go up to Boston. That was last month.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
So what do you want?
motion.
Motion to ratify?
Well, just to approve the final transfer because it's a complete file now.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the final paperwork and transfer of the license for 441 Tucker Street.
And I'll second that motion.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the final paperwork. Anyone else here in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor? Aye. Alteration of premises, Dunny Saloon, 9 North Main Street, Christopher Donovan. Christopher Donovan.
Make a motion that we table.
And I'll second that motion.
It's a motion made and, oh, there's someone, excuse me. There is someone here in opposition.
That's correct. Rob Baum from South Coastal County's Legal Services.
Okay.
So I apologize, Rob.
Oh, okay.
It's Robin back there, so there's a letter.
You can come down in front of us.
Yeah, great,
thank you.
We'll definitely read your opposition to.
Yeah.
South Coast County's Legal Services has filed an objection. You can tell us.
Yeah, I mean, just to state it pretty plainly, South Coastal County's Legal Services holds an easement on the alley located perpendicular to Granite Street. We basically share the alley. South Coastal County uses it for loading and unloading office supplies, shredding, and the like. The concern is that adding the tables, chairs, and then the proposed barn fence would block the alley in violation of the easement.
And there is, just for the record, in the opposition that was submitted, there's a copy of the recorded easement. So we'll place that on file. If they come back, we'll address it. I guess maybe what we should do is, if it gets tabled, if you could contact. Okay, and just for the record, the police have denied it at this time due to safety concerns.
Bless you.
So I guess this should be tabled. And we could see if Mr. Donovan contacts us.
Kerry, was Dunny's proposing something different than what we've approved in the past?
It's
Yeah, they're gonna
addition.
go out- I think it's when you go out when you get into the
It's in the
bar
back,
and you go
right?
and open
They
that
want
back
straight
door,
through the
right?
back.
It's actually the alley.
It's an
Yeah.
alley
Oh,
behind that
okay.
runs
Yeah.
behind the
Right.
building.
Because I just want to make sure.
From Granite
we have-
Street, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So if you're on Granite Street, turning the corner where Sherry's Diner is,
Yes.
it's that first alley on your right-handed
First
side that
alley,
we
and
share.
their offices are actually face Bedford Street, correct?
Yes, we're on 22
You know, when
Bedford.
they were part of
Yeah, I know,
First Federal at one point.
Yeah.
Their offices.
I can see where you're coming, I can see where
Yeah,
that could
yeah.
be.
All right. So, all right, I guess motion to table it.
I'll make a motion that we table the Dunny Saloons application.
And I'll second that motion.
Motion made and seconded to table. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
So if they should come back, Carrie will notify you.
Wow, I was literally coming out of my mouth. I was gonna say, I
She'll
will
be-
call
she'll
you
be
to
in
let you
touch
know.
if for some reason they contact us.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
All right.
Have a nice night.
You too.
Thank you.
Extension of hours, Dunny Saloon, 9 North Main Street. It's not here.
I'll make a motion to table.
And I'll second that motion.
Motion made and seconded to table. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Tipsy Toboggan, 75 Ferry Street.
Make a motion to table it.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made and seconded to table. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor? Aye.
Mr. Chairman, what was the proposals for those? Was it just changed like during the week? 'Cause it's all-
Dunny's,
Extension of hours.
Dunny's is extend Thursday nights to 1:30 a.m. Open May 5th, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., Cinco de Mayo. Open all days, all Mondays starting September, 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. Hold an annual block party on June 23rd and August 25th.
How about the Tipsy?
And the Tipsy is
That was for brunch.
to extend open for a Sunday brunch every Sunday, 9 a.m., May 20th through September 20th at the Tipsy Toboggan. And submitted by John Radcliffe.
Just to enjoy people not coming and then.
Yeah.
I hate to see them.
Now they have to wait.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
in our next meeting.
Okay. Class 2, American Spirit Auto Sales, 1039 Locust Street, Jason Frias.
Yes.
Okay, this, state your name and address for the record, please.
Jason Fries, 2100 Fieldstone Drive, North Dayton, Mass.
Okay, and this is for an existing entity at
Yep.
1039 Locust Street?
Yes, sir.
That apparently was not renewed in 2018, correct?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, and we do have, everything is in the file?
Yeah.
You don't need a police report?
No.
Okay. Everything is here? Nothing's changing? Same license you have?
Nothing's changed. I just wasn't around at the time.
Okay. Okay, any questions?
No question.
No questions.
Anyone else here in favor? Anyone opposed? Is there a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the renewal, the 2018 renewal.
I'll second that motion.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve. Anyone else here in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
He's ready.
Well, I
Oh,
gave
that's
it to him
good.
last time too. He was very good.
He likes
That's
coming
not
to
easy
City Hall
sit
now
there
because
that
of
long.
this.
Oh, yeah?
Larry's been a bad
Great
influence on
hat.
many.
I love the hat.
Yeah, great
What do you
hat.
say?
Okay.
he came back with Daddy.
It always helps.
Thank you,
JC
guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. JC Gas LLC, 537 Bedford Street.
Good evening.
Hi.
My name Fuad Rashmani. I live on 125 Taylor Street, Needham, Mass.
And what is it that you're looking to do?
I purchased JC Gas in 2012. They do have existing used car license, and I kept it alive. We kept renewing it, but there was no business done on selling cars. So it's the time that I'm thinking transferring the license into my name. So I try to do extra dollar if I can.
So that license never got transferred to you?
No, that's what I'm doing now. He kept it alive.
He kept the license?
Yes, he kept the license alive. He purchased the
And
bond.
that's on the side, right? When you're facing
Yes.
the guy that's to the left?
Yes, the fenced area.
Okay, unfortunately, there's an issue with your police report. It says there's some issue with your social security number.
My?
And they've recommended that it be denied.
My social security number?
Mr. Fuad Rishmani?
Yes.
That's you?
I just want to see something too, because is the application? Because I do kind of remember. Oh, no, that's the DBA, I'm sorry. Now, the number you put here is your social, correct? Not the
Can-
FID, because that's the issue.
I think that's what it is.
Can I double check
Because
that?
I think you
it's
put the-
written like a social.
Yeah, but I think that's probably your business number.
Yes, that's a
So that's
the
what
problem. That's the problem.
Put your social above that, please. And we'll have to table.
It's written like a social security
Correct,
number,
yeah.
right? But it's not. There you go.
So at least they're.
I just start using glasses not too long ago.
Right, so that will have to
We
be
can table it.
tabled again too. All right, so we'll have to table that one, get a new police report.
You're just gonna have to come visit us one more time.
No problem.
Okay?
I'll be informed when?
It's
Do
May
it.
16th,
May 16th.
May 16th.
but I'll
So-
send you something to remind you.
I'll make a motion that we table the Class 2 license.
And I'll second that motion.
It's a motion made and seconded to table. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
patience.
Old business, new business, St. John's Holy Ghost, Leonardo Diago.
How are we making
How
out?
we doing?
Oh, working. Leonardo Diago, 306 Jefferson Street in Fall River, Mass.
Okay. Where you at?
I'm here at St. John's Holy
No,
Ghost.
no, I know, but where are you at in the
Well,
process?
we're still demolishing. This
You're not
weather,
ready.
this
Yeah.
weather has,
yeah.
because
Okay.
there's no
Yes.
heat, there's no electricity, so it's only
Right.
when it's good days. So
Do you think we should just continue it like for 60 days so you don't have to keep coming?
yeah, if you don't mind, I
Yeah,
don't
we
want to
can do
continue all
60,
the
we can
time
do
because then
90
you'll say
days.
like.
No,
Do you want us to do 90 days?
90 days. You know why? If the weather gets bad, it's all volunteers that's cleaning it up. So I want you to go in and see.
Yeah. You're gonna have to come to some kind of conclusion though, pretty soon.
That's why I don't want to come all the time
I would
and
like
extend
to-
it.
what's it?
Use 90 days.
In-
Half a year, where are we at? It's April, May, June?
By
Another
June.
60 day. I mean,
Hopefully by June, because it's better weather. The thing is the
So
weather.
let's-
You know what it is? We're knocking down the walls and we have all that plaster, the mold. We have to get out of there, so we don't want nobody to walk in
Yep.
into that thing. And you know, the basement's almost cleaned all out completely. Now we're on phase 1, 2, which is the first
First
floor,
floor.
which is going to be the vent place.
So should we continue it to?
Until June?
To June?
But I would
meeting.
say that something has to
Yeah.
definitively happen.
Yeah,
otherwise
and
the
just like
license
to be,
is gone.
Yeah,
I
the license, we
told
can't hold the
Carrie
license
too. We
for-
have an architect, so he hasn't given me the plan either.
We
so
understand
maybe we
that.
should tentatively schedule, if we're gonna table this till June, we should also tentatively schedule a site visit prior to the meeting, because we're
Do
gonna
you know
need
when
to
the
at least
meeting is in
go,
June, Carrie?
Right?
Well,
Because
we
if
do a
need to
site
have-
visit, schedule a site visit.
Yeah, you
and then
can
it
do
be
that,
on the
yeah.
Agenda in June.
The only thing, the visit has to be during the day because there's no
We'll make it
work.
work.
yeah.
We'll make it work. So that way, come the meeting, if we
Yep,
have maybe
the
enough
20th.
information.
All right, so the meeting is the 20th. That's Wednesday, so 19, 18, 17, 16.
How about the Wednesday before?
Can I
It's hard to
suggest-
do
can I
during the
suggest
day.
a Tuesday.
Or Tuesday?
Actually, I'm fine if, I can do Tuesday easy.
Yeah, that's fine,
Let's do
that's
Tuesday.
fine.
Tuesday good for you?
Yeah, it's
20th, so that's the
12th.
12th, right?
Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
what time?
To me, it doesn't matter. Just let me know. I put it in my book. So.
What time's good, 2 o'clock?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, Eric, is that
I'll make a motion that we table the discussion on the St. John's Holy Ghost feast license, St. John's Holy Ghost Association license to the June meeting, and we also make a motion to schedule a site visit for the 12th of June
At 2 o'clock.
at 2 o'clock.
Motion made, is there a second?
I'll second both of those motions.
So motion made and seconded. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye. Keep it up, my
Thank
friends.
you.
I just needed
Hang
to
it
write the
there.
time, the date. Don't forget the date of the.
You can call her.
So 6/12
Yep.
It's
at
the
2
site.
2
p.m.
o'clock. Yeah.
and the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, sign and approve the February 21st, 2018 meeting minutes, so we need a
Yeah.
motion to
Thank you
approve.
very
My
much.
pleasure.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of the February 21st, 2018 meeting.
And I'll second that
There's a
motion.
motion made and seconded to approve. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
And we also received a open meeting law complaint that Kerry forwarded to the Corporation Council, but the person who filed the complaint said we should have had a vote before it was sent to the Corporation Council. The Assistant Corporation Counsel has already responded to the complaint. It alleged that we didn't approve minutes timely, that we were off by a day or something, correct? And the other thing was that our agendas are not specific enough, and the Assistant Corporation Counsel responded that the agenda is fine the way it's done, and that we were timely because it's got to be approved within 3 meetings, not days. So anyway, we need to send it to the Corporation Council for the further review.
Sure.
So is there a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve sending the open meeting law complaint and get further clarification from the Corporation Council.
So motion made and seconded?
I'll
Is it
second.
second?
Yeah.
It's seconded. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
A motion that we adjourn?
And I'll second that motion.
So motion made to adjourn, which has been seconded. Anyone else in favor? Anyone opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.